Hey, welcome. It's Brian. Today I wanted to talk about my Paul Reed Smith Silver Sky SE and give you some basic thoughts on what I think about the guitar and what I've done to it in the year to kind of change it up for myself. And quickly, I just kind of wanted to go over some of the construction of the guitar, which I think is excellent. And to be honest, I don't think the Silver Sky, the more expensive version, outside of some of the cooler colors, I'd love to have the pink one. Outside of that, I don't know if I could tell a huge difference in the quality or sound or anything for me. Most of the guitars I buy are under $1,000 outside of the Paul Reed Smith you see behind me, the hollow body. That was an expensive guitar that I bought over a decade ago. Probably the most expensive guitar I bought. So I've had Paul Reed Smith before, and when the Silver Sky came out, I was super attracted to how it looked, and I'm always think I want a guitar with 3 single coils, and we'll talk about one of the changes I made for myself in a few seconds here. But so the construction is rosewood fingerboard, fretboard, which I always love. I don't think I've ever had a guitar with a maple fretboard. The neck's a maple construction. It's probably a multi. It looks like it's like a scarf joint. I think that's what you call it in those terms, woodworking terms. The body's poplar, which is, it's decently heavy. I think it's the radius on the neck is at 8.5. To me, it's like a bigger C, which is kind of interesting. Going from the Jazzmaster to this to the other Paul Reed Smith to my Strat, the Strat has like a very small D, and so yeah, neck shape. It's like my other Paul Reed Smith, and I like it quite a bit. A little harder to play than the Strat for me, at least. And it has an amazing, I love the tremolo. The Strat is the only other guitar I have with the tremolo, and that's a 6 point, and it's not great. I'd love to replace that, but the guitar was a couple $100, so whatever. But this guitar, amazing. I had a guy just recently set it up, and the only real changes I've done to it is he kind of recut the nut slots, so the strings were not basically angled where they were grabbing the nut all the way through the width of the nut. So he kind of changed that a little bit so they don't grab as much with the tremolo. And I also put a Seymour Duncan hot rails in the bridge. I found, as much as I kind of want a 3 single coil pickup guitar and a lot of those great sounds that you can get, I'm just not that much of a clean player, and I get all the clean tones I want, which is the in between, the kind of classic Strat sounds that you get between the neck and the middle, and then you you still maintain, even with this mini humbucker, you still kind of maintain that cool Strat kind of quackiness between the middle and the bridge. So I get the best of both worlds. I play with a lot of gain, so that's why the hot rails makes a lot of sense for me. And sounds pretty great. It's a pretty high output pickup, I think. As far as the output, it's like a 16 or something like that, which I think the only hotter pickup I've ever had was like the Jeff Beck, which I did not like in a guitar a long time ago. So anyway, for me, this makes the guitar perfect. And there's probably another, single coil size humbucker that might be better. I found most vintage voiced pickups to be great for heavier tones. The Paul Reed Smith hollow body behind me has a bare knuckle, I think. I don't remember the model, but it's kind of a mid, kind of a vintage pickup output, like in that 8.9, kind of like a PAF or maybe a little bit of a hotter PAF. So great sound. The Strat I have has a Pearly Gates humbucker, which is a great humbucker. So I really now have no guitars that are just strictly single coil, and that's okay with me. So These guitars cost about $849. I believe I might have gotten $40 off when I bought it. It was kind of hard to get it a year ago. I had sat on a waiting list at Sweetwater, and the initial amount they got instantly sold out. And I wanted this color. It was the best color of the three that came out in the SEs, because there was this, there was that dragon fruit red, there was a yellow, and then there was a green. And I didn't really like those colors, so the blue was the best color. So I waited a little bit, and I think I ended up getting it from American Music Supply or something like that, only because they had them. And that wound up being kind of a fiasco as well, because they said they had it, and then they sold it kind of right as I was buying it, so it went into back order, blah, blah, blah. So I ended up getting it from American Music Supply. I mostly buy stuff from Sweetwater, so it was just one of those times that, I don't know, my wanting to get it overcame my common sense. And to be honest, every time I bought a guitar from someone else, it was bad. I bought one from Guitar Center. I bought the initial Jazzmaster J Mascis from Guitar Center, and it came in a box basically wrapped with like bubble wrap, and was missing a tremolo arm, and the truss rod was stripped, all sorts of stuff. So that was a really bad experience. So I decided to not wait and for Sweetwater to get new ones in, and it worked out okay this time. But I'd highly recommend, if you're buying a guitar that is in that $1,000 to more, if you're going to buy it sight unseen or unplayed, online, Sweetwater's the way to go, because they do check everything out. And I guarantee you won't get a guitar with the truss rod literally either stripped or adjusted all the way out. So that's my plug for Sweetwater, and I've been buying stuff from them for a long time. So anyway, this is not a endorsed video for Sweetwater, but I thought I'd mention that when it comes to guitars, if you're not buying it in person, I think they're the best bet. So that's not news, but that's my thoughts. And I think you can get these guitars like without any weight now. I think they produced enough that they've caught up, and I think guitar buying has slowed down. So anyway, great guitar, sounds great. I've been doing some videos with it. You kind of get a gist of what it can do. I don't do a lot of clean stuff, but it's my main guitar now. And outside of changing that pickup, that's the only thing I would change about it. The bridge is amazing, like I said. It looks great. I love the jack. That's a really nice touch that the full-fledged Silver Sky has. The knobs are fine, you know, all of that. And it's just a great playing guitar for me. And for $850, I can't imagine, you know, it being a ton better as far as quality. So that's it. Like I said, if you're looking for a great guitar that it isn't a Strat, but has some of those kind of attributes, meaning the 3 single coils, a really good tremolo, non-locking, this is a guitar to have. So I can't say enough good things about it, especially at that price point. And yeah, I'm a big Paul Reed Smith fan. Obviously, 2 guitars and an amp. You know, I don't know if that makes me a fanboy or whatever, but yeah. And this is what brought me back. To be honest, I probably wouldn't have bought another Paul Reed Smith had it not been for the Silver Sky. And once it came out, I was like, yeah, I want to get one of those. But the $2,200 price tag, maybe it's more now, just seemed a little too steep for me for what it was. But that pink one is the one I really, really, really wanted. But maybe somewhere down the road I would get that. But again, this will do everything that one would do in my mind, and is an amazing value. So I'm Brian. I do some guitar stuff. I do a lot of reaction stuff. I'm playing a little more guitar on the channel. So I've got some older stuff that's really kind of funny and probably not very good as far as gear reviews and stuff like that when I first started. and I leave them up just to embarrass myself, I guess. But if you like this kind of content, please comment. And if you bought the guitar or you're thinking about the guitar and have any questions, please let me know. And I'll be happy to answer that. And thanks for watching. And please subscribe if you like what I'm doing. So thanks again. See you soon.